Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of Jody's Jazz Academy. You know, the other day I was watching this film called Cloud Atlas. This was an amazing film. It starred Tom Hanks and Halle Berry. Now, this is what fascinated me. Tom Hanks and Halle Berry played several roles in this film. And when you watch the film, you see the same actor playing different roles. Same actor, different person. Same actor, dressed differently, acting differently. It was amazing. So I got to thinking, can this apply to music? It sure can. Let's call it bass reharmonization. Or in simpler terms, same chord, different sound. Enjoy. Okay, so what is bass reharmonization? Now, some people call it altered root notes, and I like the word bass reharmonization. Sounds better. So we are going to explain exactly what that is. But you know, I'm going to bring my friend on. Her name is Sharita Murphy. She is an amazing singer. And she is going to sing a song by Jill Scott called He Loves Me. I'm going to play with her, and I'm going to play the song through once, like it really goes. Then I'm going to start altering the bass note, or taking the bass note and reharmonizing the chord. So, enjoy. Whoa, what just happened there? We went through the entire song maybe about 4 times, and each time it was different. Well, let me explain to you what's going on. So the first thing we need to do is actually say what the chords are, okay? So the first chord in this song is an E flat minor 7. Then we have an A flat minor 7. Then an F minor 7 flat 5, and there's your flat 5, to a B flat 7. So check it out. There's your A flat minor 7. Now, I'm going to apply a concept here, and I want you to listen really carefully. If you have a minor chord and you want to change the DNA of it or alter it by changing the bass note, if you count down 5 chromatic notes. So let's say if we're on E flat here, count the note you start on as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is going to make this, instead of an E flat minor 7, it makes into a B major 9. Now, some people call these slash chords. So they would say, oh, it's got B in the bass and E flat minor in the right hand, or E flat minor 7 in the right hand. And that is true. But really, technically, changing the bass note actually changes the chord itself. But the chord still has members that still belong to the original chord. So let's unpack what I did with Sharita. So the first thing I did was this. And check this out. The next chord is an A flat minor 7. I substituted that with an E major 9. How did I do that? Use our formula. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you have it. In the right hand, I still have the A flat minor 7 by counting down 5 chromatic steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This A flat minor 7 now becomes E major 9, and it will work with the melody. So let's listen to it. He loves me. I'll keep this third chord the same. Now watch this. Another trick here. I want to make this minor chord sound different. Here's another thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The E flat minor 7 now becomes B major 9. So we can do it like this. Here we go. You see how that bass note changed everything? My right hand remained the same, but the bass note changed. That's it. So if you want to change the close or a different role for your chord, like we saw in our movie, if you go down 5 chromatic steps from a minor chord, you will change the chord. Now, let's say something here. There is such thing as relative major and minor chords. And this is something a little different, yet it's still very similar. For example, let's take the key of C. If we count down 4 chromatic steps, we make this C into an A minor. Now, a C scale has no sharps or flats. There's another scale that doesn't either. It's called A minor. These are called relative major and minor chords because they share the same key signature. Now, what we're doing in our bass reharmonization, we're using some of this concept, except we're just turning it on its head. And we are taking the minor chord a step further and counting down 5 chromatic steps and changing the tonality of it. Now, we can do the opposite and go the opposite direction. For example, instead of doing, we can go to the relative major of this minor chord. Count up 4. We could have done this. So instead of E flat minor 7 on the first chord, I made it G flat major 7. Again, changing the bass note or the root note can change how a chord sounds. That's it. All right? So here is the rule of thumb. If you have a minor chord and you want to change the close or change the roll of it and still keep the same actor in place, which is the actual chord, and you want it to sound differently, if it's minor, count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have a major chord and you want it to sound minor or substitute it using a minor chord, go down 4 steps. And we have E flat minor. We no longer have G flat major 7, but we have E flat minor. In other words, that chord takes on a different role harmonically. That's it. Hey, that's it for Jody's Jazz Academy. Bass reharmonization. Hey, if you have any questions, hey, hit me at jodymayfield@gmail.com. You can also go to the Jody Jazz Academy on Facebook. Hey, if you have any questions, please send them to me. And please, most of all, subscribe. All right, hey, that's it. Until next time, Jody's Jazz Academy.